Alright, so I'm back here with a little update video about Android navigation stereo that I installed in my 2019 Honda CR-V LX. And this is the JY-HO brand stereo. It uses the Intel octa-core processor, and it really is amazing. Some of the features, the sound quality is phenomenal, and for people who are really into the high-end audio, it has a digital coaxial output, so you could have a true digital connection to your amplifier, to an aftermarket amplifier. But the built-in digital signal processor is good enough for most people, I'd say, and the sound quality is great. But anyway, I was having a few little tiny issues with the system. One of the things to note is, for those of you with the temperature is obviously on the dash here, but the compass was on the stereo, so you lose the compass. I have not figured out how to make that show up, and it is something that's communicated on the CAN bus network, but it does not show up on here. But one thing I also discovered is that when I would put it in reverse, I had the options, like I told you, just select the different views of the backup camera. But I noticed that when I would turn the steering wheel, the lines would not move. You see how they move, and they kind of show you the area where you're headed, okay? Or what would happen is, if the steering wheel was already turned, when you put it in reverse, this would be turned, but it would not change position. So I knew something wasn't quite right with the CAN bus protocol and how the stereo was interpreting it, and the setup, something just wasn't quite right about it. So I wanted to dig in a little bit more. Also, in here there's this car information program. When I brought this up, basically all it showed was this right here: fuel consumption, your history information. It would show your trip, which matches everything on your dash here. All that stuff matches up, so that's pretty neat. But it seemed like there should have been more. Like, someone even made a comment in my first video, where's the setup information? So I set out to try to figure it out. There's no instructions. The seller doesn't really know. So this is what I did. I went in here into the settings, factory settings, into the password 3368, confirm. Okay, and there's where we want to figure this out. You have a couple of things here we'll go through, and I'll show you. We'll go in a certain order. So we go to car model. Now the problem was, this was set up in a completely different, it was set up to a Honda Jade, and I can't remember, I think it was RZC, it was a different setting from the factory. So what I did is, through trial and error, I went through all these settings, and so the first one you want to select is XP, and then you'll select your list of your manufacturers, Honda, CR-V, scroll all the way down till you see XP 2017, and click that. And that is the settings that you want for the stereo. And then once you select that, you back out of here. You can go to your original car agreement, it says, and this is where you can select some options depending on your trim level of CR-V. If you have, it says radar display, that would be if you have backup sensors, which I do not have. Reverse parking lines, obviously you want that on. The reverse track reversal would be if, when you turn the steering wheel, if it moves the wrong way, you can switch it around. Whether you want it to show your doors, so when I open a door, you can see it comes on. That's another thing I had to change, was the rear door exchange. As I mentioned in the first video, it's in the wrong position. AC information on and off. So this is another thing that did not work before, but now when I turn on, even in my LX here, turn on, it will show you all the settings for your air conditioning, and that will go away automatically, or as soon as you touch a button. So as soon as I touch a button or something, you can make that go away. Tap on the screen. So that's pretty cool. The rest of this stuff doesn't really matter. I just want to make sure you have Fahrenheit or Celsius, and we won't mess with anything else. We'll get out of here, but I'll show you what else we gained here. So now, obviously, when I put it in reverse, got my backup camera, it moves like it's supposed to. You can set your different views. Set your different views. There we go. You can even click the 360 camera, which that right there was not even an option before. That's even wider than the wide view, the fisheye lens. Click 360. I mean, look at that view. Crazy. This is the one I prefer to leave it on right here. But then there's also, if you just tap the screen, you have these other settings here. So you can adjust the brightness of the backup camera, color if it doesn't look right, contrast. You can also, track settings, you can change to a different style, like that. So there's how that looks. Or you can change, as you can see, distance, horizontal offset. You can do all kinds of different things. Change the angle of the camera, the track lines, the width, all kinds of different things you can do. So let's see, I think I'm going to change the safe distance, put it more at the bumper. Should make more sense, obviously. Yeah, so lots of neat stuff you can configure in here. Now, next thing, go back into this car information app right here. You can see air conditioning control. So now this would be for your EX trim up, where you want your controls. Now we can actually control everything, even on our base model right here. See, I can turn the fan up and down. Now there's obviously no reason to do that since all the controls are right here and we don't need to worry about that on the LX. But as you can see, you have the ability to do that. Okay, when we go into base information, now do we not only have these two screens here, but we have setup, and there's a lot more options here. So compass calibration, area set, that's for the compass, obviously. None of this is showing up working on here. Turn right, enter camera. So what this would be is if you had a lane watch camera, which I do not have, so you can see if I hit the right arrow, it goes to that camera. That's not something, though, that is even installed in this car. I don't know if that means you could possibly add that. I guess that would be kind of neat, you know, with a different input. So we're going to have that turned off, obviously. And then the last option, vehicle personalization. So trip A, reset timing manually, you know, adjust outside temperature. I'm not not going to mess with any of this, but automatic headlight off time, interior light dimming time, keyless lock answer back, security relock time, auto door unlock, all when driver's door opens. So obviously when you turn the car off, it will unlock all the doors when you open this door. We don't want that setting. All doors when shifted to park. So let's see if that even works. Yep, see, so when I shifted to park, all the doors unlocked. All door when ignition switched off or off. Yeah, so those are your options. Let's see, auto door lock with vehicle speed or shift from park. Those are your options. Keyless access beep. So on your EX and up, there's that beep when you hit it. Remote start system. Door unlock mode, driver's door. So as you can see, a lot of different options. I would not recommend messing with any of these. As you can see, the speed distance units, if I tap this, change it to kilometers per hour and back to miles per hour. So these are all your options when you have a higher than an LX trim CRV. Okay, that you would normally have in the factory radio. You will not lose those, so just keep that in mind. So kind of neat. Okay, All right, so hopefully that was helpful. Just a little more on this stereo. It makes it even a greater buy, in my opinion. Right now, this is on sale for like $290 some on JY-HO's website. And like I said, I have no affiliation with JY-HO. They gave me no money to make any of these videos, but I'm just really impressed with the quality of this stereo system, and it is quite an upgrade, especially if you have an LX 2017 to 2019 CRV. So leave a comment below if you have any questions. Be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.